Hello, dear friends. The concept of rumors of war evokes instability in international relationships and its impact on society. Opinion piece: Lizard's Tales, a roller coaster, tailless lizards, evil is stirring, new timeline, bell of truth. Let's start. The increasing light causes a reaction of darkness. When a lizard loses its tail, it continues to move after being separated from the body. In the same way, evil continues to do its thing after having been beheaded and despite being disconnected from its source. The persistence of fear and its damaging effects is what is compared to the lashing of a lizard's tail. The concept of being cornered refers to governments pressured by corruption. Russia issues ultimatum to UK and France as Israel unleashes new bombings and assaults on Rafah. According to Mike Adams, we are heading towards a global conflict, and the situation is becoming tense in both Europe and the Middle East. The actions and statements of various political actors reflect a tense, evolving panorama with significant implications at a global geopolitical level. War rumors. Humanitarian aid to Gaza stifled after blocking the Rafah border crossing. The UN estimates that rebuilding Gaza will cost up to $50 billion. Guterres says storming Rafah would be a political calamity and a humanitarian nightmare in quotes. No safe place. Palestinians flee Rafah without knowing what will come next. Mexico condemns the attack on Rafah and calls for humanitarian aid. Europe. Spanish universities mobilize for Gaza. Putin offers dialogue to the West about a new order upon being sworn in as president. The Russian Foreign Ministry wanted the ambassador in London that Moscow could retaliate against British Tailless if the Kiev regime uses missiles provided by the UK to attack Russian territory. UK cities are filing for bankruptcy. UK passport control is hit by an outage causing long waits in airports. Russia summons the French ambassador over his country's growing involvement in Ukraine. What business does Macron have in sending soldiers into the conflict? The West refuses to dialogue with Russia to resolve the conflict. USA. The Pentagon recognizes the risk that Russia will continue to capture military equipment. 41% of Americans believe a civil war is likely by 2029, and some say sooner amid chaos. Trump's classified documents trial postponed indefinitely days after mishandled evidence bombshell. Africa's largest economies withdraw their gold reserves from the US. A massive wealth transfer is underway. It has begun and will only accelerate, said in quotes Leith Qualler, head of recruiting at BlackRock. Spain. Unemployment rises more than usual in Spain, where half of the population cuts spending on food. The Supreme Court announced the appointment of Dolores Delgado as prosecutor of democratic memory. Spain will display 747 blue flags this summer, 80 more than in 2023, and continues to maintain its leadership. Americas. Elon Musk recommends investing in Argentina after a meeting with Milei. According to Milei, Argentina does not seek a conflict with the UK over the Malvinas. A survey reveals that Boric from Chile has the West citizen approval of him. There is a giant hole in the waters of Mexico whose bottom scientists cannot determine. The blue hole is hidden in a bay of the Yucatan Peninsula on the border with Belize. Science. Another solar storm this week. At least one solar wave is expected to pass near Earth between now and May 9th as a result of the recent volley of solar flares from the active sunspot. China is developing a controversial brain-computer interface plan. The US fights over rare earth magnets produced in China. Proposed diverting sunlight to exploit lunar craters. A new fabric suppresses noise to create quiet spaces. Messages. According to Keshe, you, as a starseed, are helping to dissolve old, obsolete ways of life and all that it entails. At the same time, you radiate positive frequencies. You send light into the world, visualize what you want for the world, and what you imagine the new reality will be like. You are awake because you have chosen love above all else. And it is through love that you are elevating the earth to the new reality of the fifth dimension. New timeline. Do you feel like you have entered a new timeline in recent weeks? What and how do you feel in general? The greatest change is developing within your being. It takes a little more time for the changes are noticeable in the outside world. I think the next few weeks will be a roller coaster for the collective. It's time to break the dam and let the revelations unfold. Veil of Truth. The symbolism of bells is very rich and deep in various cultures, especially in Christianity. Bells are seen as symbol of the connection between heaven and earth, this reminding us of cosmic harmony. The bells are considered an echo of divine omnipotence and symbolize the watchfulness of providence over humankind, whose voice must be heard until the end of times. The bells suspended in the bell towers are associated with contemplation away from the commotion and agitation of human affairs. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.